Support for Radio Friends comes from OsteoStrong. Improvements in bone density, strength, and power can be achieved by weekly 5-minute no-sweat sessions on their 4-spectrum machines. These isometric robotic machines safely emulate high-impact loading on different parts of the skeletal system, which stimulates activity in bone-building cells. Balance and agility can be improved by 2-minute sessions on vibration plates. Every session is supervised by a trained coach. Learn more on Facebook or call to set up a complimentary wellness assessment and session. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Thursday, October the 7th. We're going to talk about an organization that we have dealt with from time to time on this program. It's JobPoint. And I want to introduce you to Jerrell Morton. Good to have you back again, Jerrell.
Thanks.
We're here today to talk about JobPoint. For people who may not be familiar what JobPoint is, give us a synopsis there.
Okay. So similar to what we talked about before, it's a place of hope. If you're looking for an opportunity to reinvent yourself, then stop by and check us out. My particular area is the YouthBuild side, so we work with disenfranchised youth between the ages of 16 through 24. And so we mix and match a couple of pieces and try to get them moving forward in life and reintroduce back into society.
How many kids have you worked with in the past year?
Oh, in the past year, man, I would say somewhere between 40 and 50. We were closing out a funding cycle, so we couldn't serve as many. And then, of course, the pandemic has sort of altered how we do our work.
So how has the pandemic affected you?
So we've been creative. I call it collateral beauty. We were able to build a program that could operate remotely and still give a student an opportunity to continue to chase their educational goals.
Yeah. Now, you brought someone along with you today.
Oh, yeah.
He was a school dropout.
Yes.
But decided that he needed to get his life together. You want to introduce him?
Oh, yeah. This is the Mr. Christopher Nichols.
Christopher Nichols. Good to have you here, Christopher.
Thanks for having me.
Now, tell me your story. How did you get involved with JobPoint?
About a year or two ago, I dropped out of school. It was like my sophomore year, and I wasn't doing nothing with my life, and I was kind of just stuck. And then everybody was telling me, like, go to JobPoint, because they went through it.
Okay, you dropped out of school. You were a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you decide to drop out of school?
I wasn't getting along good in the public school, Columbia Public Schools, but that's about it.
Were you concerned, though, that if you dropped out of school, that you're going to end up messing up your life?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I came to JobPoint.
So what happened then when you went to JobPoint? How did things turn around?
Well, my first week there, I was quiet. I didn't talk to nobody. But then they just kept on working with me and get me out of my shell and building my confidence up. And then I kept passing test after test, and I finally got my high set after about 6 months.
So when you first went to JobPoint, were you frightened?
I guess you could say that.
But you said shy.
Mm-hmm,
you were shy, and
shy.
you couldn't come out of your shell.
Mm-hmm.
What made you finally, like the turtle, stick his head out of the shell?
But I just kept coming, and I finally started getting more comfortable, and I was like, this isn't like school, like exactly like school. This is more like we can relate to each other more. It's more like a family. You build connections there.
So there was something inside of you driving you on, telling you, hey, I need to advance myself. I need to take care of my life in the future.
Yeah.
Where do you feel you would be today if it had not been for JobPoint?
I'd probably just be at home doing nothing still.
Had you given any thought to how you were going to support yourself?
Yeah, no.
So that didn't even enter your mind.
Mm-mm.
So you're thinking totally different now
Mm-hmm.
that you're with JobPoint.
Yeah.
What do you say to somebody who perhaps would be in the situation that you were in, and they decide that they're not going to go to school anymore? You got to have an education.
Yeah, you need an education. But if public school isn't the place where you feel comfortable learning, there's alternate ways you can get your education.
But you have to have an education.
Yeah.
Do you What are your plans for the future?
Well, right now I'm enrolled at MACC and I'm going to college right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to college. From a dropout, you're going to college now.
Yeah.
What are your plans?
I like sociology. I'm really into sociology, so I want to do something with that.
So if it were not for the Job Point program, you wouldn't be where you are today.
No.
In the future. You're thankful for that. Will you still, when you graduate, will you be willing to help out Job Point in the future?
Yeah,
To help other people like you?
I still go there every day.
Okay. All right.
So that's the commitment that we make to our student body. We're more than a program. We do become that family component in which he speaks of. So we're going to walk him through his time at MACC, and we'll continue on even beyond the parameters of our funding cycle, because it's important that those we serve know that we're greater than a program. We're that extra piece that a student would need to take that first step into college or to chase that dream and foster it into something that equals success long term.
Yeah. If people listening or watching want to help out, do you need volunteers? Are you looking for volunteers?
Oh yeah. There's tons of ways in which you can reach out to us. Of course, funding is always an area of concern, so supporting us that way. But I think to truly transform a life, you have to step beyond the dollar signs, and that's the in-class tutoring, the mentorships, and just grabbing a young person under their wings and showing them a different path.
You have to give a little bit of yourself.
Oh, yes.
Giving a little bit of yourself goes a long way to help people.
Soul points is what I call it.
What do you call it?
Soul points.
Soul points, I like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
You got to
So-
give a little bit.
How do people get in touch with you if they want help or if they want to help?
Stop by 400 Wilkes Boulevard or give us a call at our location. But yeah, don't be afraid to stop by and check
Wilkes
us out.
Boulevard, are you in the area of the old Knowles store?
We're right behind Hickman High School.
Okay.
The football field, if you look across the street, that's where we're
Okay.
at.
All right. Thank you so much for coming by, Jerrell. And Christopher, thank you and continued success with your life.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay? Something you'd like to hear or see, I'd love to hear from you. Pepper P, Missouri.edu. Bye-bye.